This classic episode of the Electric Playground is brought to you by P&P Games, your source for everything video games. Support the partners that support Electric Playground. Remember, this episode first aired in 1999.
It's the new game from Rare! Me and Bryan hanging out in the jungle.
Chilling in the jungle, baby.
Doing what we need to do. Donkey Kong 64.
That's right.
It's about freaking time!
Hey, you know we had to make sure it's right.
Jeez, who's developing this one?
Rare and Nintendo.
See, those are the guys that did all Donkey Kong Country stuff.
That's right, they originated Donkey Kong.
Tell me about the game.
Well, you know, it's Donkey Kong and he's back with 4 friends.
Who are the 4 friends?
He's got Diddy, he's got Chunky, he's got Tiny, he's got Chunky Kong. Chunky just gets big, you know?
Are you talking Chunky Kong? Is that the name?
Chunky Kong, he's the man.
What's Chunky weighing at?
No, it depends. When he uses his special ability, weighs in a little about maybe 25,000 pounds.
That's a chunk.
Big chunk.
He deserves the name of Chunk.
Then Tiny Kong gets to be about, you know, the size of your pinky. Then there's Lanky Kong, he's an orangutan. Lanky Kong, he's an orangutan that stretches out.
Hey, the graphics are amazing.
Graphically, I mean, it used all real-time lighting effects. I mean, the game is just bad.
The characters are awesome.
Yeah, I mean, there's over 100 moves between all the 5 characters.
100 moves?
Yeah.
What is this, a fighting game?
Nah, they got all these special abilities. You gotta earn different things, do different puzzles, play all the mini games.
What are some of the mini games?
Well, you know, you got the minecart challenge, you got the barrel bonus, so you have to shoot these melons out.
So it's not just your average run-of-the-mill platform 3D experience.
It's Donkey Kong. It's all the old stuff from Donkey Kong that you love, put into 3D.
Well, what more can I say? Tommy Kong! Why do they call us Neo Geo Pocket?
I'm with Stacey here at the SNK booth, and we're here to talk about the Neo Geo Pocket. What makes this special? Why is it different than the Game Boy?
It is a 16-bit processor. We display 146 colors simultaneously.
Right.
So you're talking twice the power, 3 times the color. Imagine 64 players possible at one time on a wireless link. And there will be software that warrants using that many players. It's already got an external link on it, so you can link up and play head-to-head combat. Play King of Fighters against each other.
King of Fighters, Samurai Showdown 2.
Samurai Showdown will be out there, Fatal Fury, Metal Slug, Puzzle Bobble Mini, which is also Bust a Move. Sports games, including Baseball Stars, will be coming back out on
that's
Pocket.
a great game.
SNK versus Capcom will be coming out winter 99.
What's the website URL so people can get it?
www.snkusa.com.
Great to meet you, Stacey.
To meet you too.
More realistic stadiums. The players are more realistic, so we have different body types and stuff like that. So again, going deeper into the game and making it look more and more like what you see on any given Sunday.
Haha, now you're in the big leagues.
30 times in a row? I didn't expect this when I bought Mortal Kombat 2 from P&P Games.
You thirsty?
Uh-huh.
Get over here!
Now, of course, everybody knows about the Madden football games, EA Sports, right? But did you know that they're also doing a motocross game this year and also a new wrestling game? Check this out.
EA Sports to the game.
Big air. Big air. Big air. Big air, not big hair.
Big air.
But it's not just big air, it's a racing simulation. It's handlebar to handlebar. You got to go in there in the corner
Little
together
bumping and shoving.
give them a little bit of
Little
this.
pushing.
See who the man is. You know, you got to see who the man is in the corner.
Right.
Who's going to get that run off,
Right.
get the air, look back and say,
And can you jump up and do all kinds of crazy maneuvers?
Hold the stunt in the air if you think you can land it and still stay out front. But
I can do it.
you might want to go right into freestyle mode.
Right.
Freestyle mode, you get in there, it's track, and the whole stadium is filled with just a big bowl in the middle. And you can jump all the way over that bowl. You can go into the middle of it and come back out of it. It's a sport that's really coming on right now.
Yeah.
It's not unlike riding a snowboard or a skateboard in a half pipe. You know,
Right,
how
right.
big are you going to go and how much style are you going to do with that? EA Sports Supercross, you're going to fly with style if you've got game, and that's going to get you points.
How many bikes do we got in the game?
We got more than 20 guys licensed from the AMA Supercross series.
Tell me about the graphics.
Supercross racing's back and forth, back and forth. You get high enough in the air, you can see the whole stadium from up there.
Sweet, man.
So that 3D world, that's the first time anybody's done that on the consoles as far as I know.
All right, we'll see you out in the dirt track when you guys build that thing.
Absolutely.
Okay, we're here with Gary, and your game is called?
WCW Mayhem by Electronic Arts.
I understand there's a lot of motion capture that went into this thing.
Yeah, we had Bill Goldberg, Conan, Bam Bam Bigelow, and of course the famous Sarge.
Can you show me like some of the moves in the game?
Irish whip. What are we going to see next? I think at this point, avoidance is about the best strategy. Where we going this way? Looks like he's hurt badly. Someone call the match off.
We're talking about Madden 2000. You got Madden coming up for 3 new platforms?
PC, of course the PlayStation, and Nintendo as well.
How are you guys going to top last year's game? It was so awesome.
I think the key for us still is to make it a deeper and more wider, robust game.
Yep.
Adding even more audio than ever before. Continuing to improve upon compression rates so we get more animations in the game, more realistic stadiums. The players are more realistic, so we have different body types and stuff like that. So again, going deeper into the game and making it look more and more like what you see on any given Sunday.
But Blitz influenced you guys.
Yeah, I think we have an arcade mode in the game, and the goal of arcade mode is to maybe reduce the amount of players that are there, which gets us to speed the game up a little bit. The frame rate's a little faster.
Right.
There could be some special animations you wouldn't see in the normal game, but you will get them in arcade mode.
Tons of competition out there. What keeps you guys at the top of the heap and at the, in the forefront of gamers' minds?
I don't mean to knock Game Day or Blitz. I think those games are actually fun and great to play in their own ways, but they do things differently. They're not as pure sim as we are, and I think that caters to the die-hard football fans, and that's where our real market is.
While we're at the EA Sports booth, any new sports games that you've seen this year that you're pretty excited about?
I mean, as with every year, EA Sports is a great lineup. With the Madden, you got the NHL, you got the FIFA. Just the fact that you could put your face inside a game is just fantastic. It's phenomenal.
But the competition in sports world's heating up a little bit too, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Especially with Dreamcast coming along, it's just NFL 2000 looking great, but Madden's looking great. I mean, it's for every good sports game out there, EA Sports is something to come back with it.
What do you think of the E3 this year, man? What have you liked?
It is a great show. You got major announcements from Nintendo. You got Sony's PlayStation 2. You got the Dreamcast on the floor. It's very exciting for the console in the business. PC with 3D effects, all these new Voodoo 3 cards. It's a good time to be in this industry.
Right on. What's been your favorite product so far? What have you seen that you've gone, oh my God, I got to get that?
Probably the best product I've seen is Perfect Dark from Nintendo 64.
Why is that? Why do you like that one so much?
Just they get the game running at a great frame rate. The gameplay is excellent, and they're not even using the RAM pack yet. It's pretty phenomenal.
You get to play everything?
Oh yeah, definitely get to play. What's great about, all this benefits the consumer. There's more competition for everybody. There's more games to play. It's just, there's enough room in this business for all these games to be played. It's great. It's wonderful.
So you're a pretty happy guy?
Oh yeah, loving it, loving life.
This is like Christmas every day out here, isn't it?
Oh yes, it is, definitely. Yeah. I wish it was like a week. Instead of 3 days, can't fit everything in 3 days.
Cool, man. Thanks, Tom.
Seems like gamers never get tired of the old classic video games. As a matter of fact, a lot of companies are redoing some of the old games. Games like Cuber, Missile Command, Pong, Pac-Man, Sinistar. Check them out.
Why do you think that people want to see Atari games come back?
The Atari games are classic because they're very easy to play. They're simple to play.
and they're a lot of fun. Also just had a license agreement with Namco recently, so we'll be bringing Pac-Man back, as well as some other great Namco classics.
Yay, Pac-Man!
We're here with the Pac-Man team outside of Namco. Now, you're a pretty good dancer for a programmer, I gotta tell you.
I used to play ice hockey.
Ice hockey? Pac-Man was originally just like this, but now he's like
full 3D. We got him running around. He's still eating dots. He's still chasing ghosts, but now he's butt bouncing enemies. He's rolling all over the place, leaping over chasms. He's swimming. He's flying on spaceships, being chased by spaceships. Yes.
Pac, yo, Pac. Okay, can you bounce for us? Okay. Can you spin for us? Can you fall down for us? Now Pac-Man can like bounce on things. That's how he pretty much kills people.
We call it a butt bounce.
Can we demonstrate this?
Sinistar was tremendous native with a huge cult following. There are 19 levels plus 4 bonus levels. You battle 19 huge Sinistar bosses. Each one is different on each level. Each has their own methodology of attack and own AI built in.
I love this guy. He's so cute. You're so cute.
First of all, we're updating the classic version of Q*bert with new graphics and sound and animation.
How do you go about doing something new with Pong?
Pong. What we've done is taken that simple play pattern and added new colors and graphics and new playing fields. So it's actually a very fun modern game that's very accessible to everyone.
It's a really fun game. You can jump on a dragon's back and fly around and blow people away. I mean, what's more fun than that?
Hey, what's your favorite video game of all time? No way, that's mine too! Celebrate video games along with myself and Victor Lucas every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Time on youtube.com/EPNTV. Brought to you in part proudly by P&P Games. Play forever!
Hiya! If you like dragons as much as I do, then you're gonna love Drakan. Whoa, whoa boy, whoa, 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 whoa.
Guys?
Hey, how's it? Wow, office, man.
Last time I met you guys was at E3 a year ago, and you guys were working on Drakan. What have you guys been up to since then?
Working on Drakan. We were in fairly early stage when we showed last year, and we've really made the ground gameplay and air gameplay really deep. We probably have a very unique and in-depth ground combat system, which is very, very fun.
We added real-time shadows, and we also added dynamic lighting effects, so you can have lights coming off fire and different special effects. We smoothed out the characters, added more animations, added more sounds. We have like almost 20-30 megabytes worth of sound effects in the game, which is, I mean, the engine has trouble dealing with it, but we have a caching system that can handle that.
Well, what are some of the things in this game that are just going to freak people out?
A combination of air and ground combat is really what blows people away. Our technology allows us to do really organic environments combined with just a really fun game. You can jump on a dragon's back and fly around and blow people away. I mean, what's more fun than that? So it's good gameplay, it's beautiful environments, and it's groundbreaking technology.
Multiplayer. How is that going to stack up to something like Quake or Half-Life?
What we've done is taken the dragon and given him all the weapons in the single-player game and put him in a multiplayer setting. And you can cruise around in these arenas and power-ups, different effects you can get beyond just the weapons, like speed, visibility, vulnerability.
How many players at the same time can play?
The arenas are built for 8 players and down, but there's also ground-based combat. It's the same ground combat in the single-player game, but it's kind of like Street Fighter. There's different moves you can do, but it's also like just hack-and-slash combat on the ground with different weapons and different spells. And then we have a hybrid mode, which is a combination of a single dragon or 2 dragons in the level and a bunch of ground players, and you can collect a soul crystal, which will allow you to get the dragon. So it's kind of like a who gets the dragon, king of the hill type thing. Cool. And then you're really powerful, but everyone else is trying to gang up on you with arrows and spells and stuff and trying to take you out.
There is something about multiplayer. Everyone really likes the idea of just flying around on a dragon and blowing the crap out of each other. And I think that's really appealing, and that's kind of the core of the multiplayer experience. I mean, it's very simple. You just get on the back, fly around, and shoot fireballs and lightning at each other.
Dude, that's a pretty up. We got the video games on all the systems. We got them on the PlayStation, the N64, and the PC. So you better come across here or I'll kick you in your little you mother. I'm here with Tom Bass, product manager of Acclaim, and you are working on the South Park license, yeah?
Lots of fun.
Very cool, very cool. What can we expect this year from Acclaim with all the South Park stuff going on? I'm looking at Hartmann in a cart.
He's in his car. But basically, South Park Rally is one of the 3 games we're doing this holiday season.
Okay.
South Park Rally basically takes all the fun of the car-style games and puts it into the South Park world. So you have Cartman driving around in his police tricycle with Respect My Authority, Chef drives around in his wagon, and you have Death driving around in a big hearse. So it's a lot of fun, and it puts all the car-style games into that twisted world of South Park.
So you can play all the characters in South Park pretty much?
Play all the characters. A lot of fun is getting into the multiplayer modes. The multiplayer modes aren't just straight races. We have races, but there's also mission-based multiplayer modes. So there's one very similar to the South Park episodes. There's one called Ike's Briss, where you have to save Ike from the scaffold, save his fireman. And there's other ones where Mighty Mega Man and Cartman has to get his Mighty Mega Man for his birthday and get to all different checkpoints throughout the race and throughout the town.
So we got this on the PC, so that means we can expect some f***ing swear words in this game?
There will be the usual South Park swearing that goes on.
You're not gonna f***ing bleep out anything, are you?
We're gonna bleep it out much like you're doing right now.
Oh, that's man, that sucks. I can't believe you. Oh my God, that sucks.
It's a virgin ears. What are you doing?
Okay, so we got a cart game. I'm looking over here. South Park Chef's Love Shack? What is this all about?
Chef's Cable Access Game Show. And you basically take your friends, really strong multiplayer game, take your friends, you're answering these off-the-wall trivia questions that have to do with South Park, and some of them are just way out there. And then you jump into these mini games, pie eating contest, there's another one, Terrence and Phillips starring asteroids. So there's a lot of fun going on here. It's a really good, party-style game.
So is this like, is it kind of like You Don't Know Jack, kind of?
Like, yeah, you take that, You Don't Know Jack, Mario Party, put it in the South Park blender and hit pulse.
My mom always told me I was cute. Hey, what's happening? Dude, this is great.
And then this over here, of course, is South Park on the N64, but...
The one that's really popular on N64 and PC right now. Consumers are going to be very happy. It's finally coming out for the PlayStation.
Hey, South Park on the PlayStation too. Excellent. Did Isaac do any of the...
He's going to be doing a lot of the voiceover, and also Matt and Trey, the show's creators, they get involved too.
They check it all out and they do voices and stuff?
Definitely, and they supervise the script and everything to make sure it's in the South Park, universe.
What the hell was that about?
Lots of fun.
I didn't have fun playing
lots
this.
of fun in this game. It's
well,
just,
maybe you found some, but I didn't.
There's long stretches in between the fun.
Yeah, it's long stretches, right.
So you're just gonna slap full, healthy mustaches on things and call it merch? Merch? No. These are free stickers included with every purchase made at PNPGamesOnline.com. Same with these. And the mug? Oh, hey, congratulations on rolling out the XP loyalty program, by the way. I've been telling everybody I know, sign up for free in store on PNPGamesOnline.com. Oh, thanks. And don't forget about our free shipping on orders of 65 Canadian dollars or more in Canada or the USA. PNPGamesOnline.com. Nice. Yeah. So, PNP Games merch? I don't know. Maybe? Has anyone ever told you you're very frustrating to speak with?
We're talking about Paperboy for the Color Game Boy. If you were a fan of the original Paperboy in the arcades, you're gonna like this game. You're riding your bike and you're throwing the papers and you're trying to get them at the houses, and you gotta avoid cars and you gotta avoid dumpsters and lawnmowers. Now you start out on easy street and then it progressively gets harder in the game as you become a better Paperboy. There's all kinds of cool jumps in the road that you can take for extra points, and you get all kinds of bonus points for breaking windows. But it's just a little bit too small on the screen to actually play. When you think you might be picking up something that's gonna be good for you, you're actually killing yourself. Even though Paperboy is one of my favorite classic games, I can't really recommend it. I'm giving Paperboy a 5 out of 10.
So, what games are we doing this week?
Let's talk about Omikron for the PC.
What
do you think of this one?
This is a very cool game. It's a complete, like, real-life environment.
It's amazing.
I mean, you go into the city, and you can just, there's, like, hundreds of people, there's cars, there's traffic, and you can go up to any of these people and talk to them and discuss things with them.
It's the first game I played where you're just dropped into this other world, and you're completely ensconced in this, like, real-life area. You basically have a mystery to solve, and you've got all kinds of really cool, incredible, futuristic weapons. You meet these robots that are like Ed 209 from,
from RoboCop.
and they're outfitted with all kinds of stuff. If you die, your soul can take over the body of another character,
which is very cool.
And you can have a whole new game experience with somebody else in the game.
What a great apartment you have too. I got to get one of these in my place.
Yeah, the virtual
you can go
training
into
mode.
the thing, and you got 3D virtual training. You can go in there and you fight. David Bowie.
And that's the coolest part of the
wrote
game.
all the music for the game.
And he's a character in the game.
And he's a character in the game. You can actually go into bars and see him on stage, and he's like performing and stuff. You can go into a supermarket and buy food. You can go into a CD store and buy CDs.
Incredible production value. Bowie's soundtrack through the game is fantastic.
What do you give this game overall?
I give it a 9.5 out of 10. I think it's awesome. I think it's one of the best games of the year. Omikron rocks.
Yeah, I mean the graphics could probably be a little better. The control could be a little better. 9.3. I really liked it a lot.
Killer game. That's rocks with this one. Let's talk about Bass Fishing for the Sega Dreamcast.
Let's.
Yeah, fishing. Excellent idea for a video game.
No, I don't mind fishing. I mean,
like fishing. I don't like playing video game fishing.
No. See, I love this in the arcade. In arcade, this was great. You had the pole, and you're doing all this.
It's a
over like this.
Novelty game. Like
it's fun.
It's something you pull out for your friends, and you say, "Look, I've got a fishing controller. Let's hook this up to the TV."
You got this cool fishing controller. You
can't go anywhere in your boat. All you get is these backgrounds. You can throw the cast, but you can't aim where you want to cast.
It's an arcade game, though. You got to remember that.
Wait there for the fish to come. It's so boring.
Here's the thing: is you'll go in, you'll play the game, you'll have fun with it for about a day, maybe two.
It's not really fishing either, because your camera perspective on it is from the lure. So you can throw in the water, and then you're the lure. Basically, you get to move the lure around.
Again, it's
they should have called it lure cam.
It's arcade. I had fun with it. What would you give it?
I give it a 5 out of 10.
I liked it a little better than Vic. I give it a 6.7.
Donkey Kong 64.
Long and boring and not enough action and adventure. What's your take on it?
You may be surprised. I actually wasn't blown away by Donkey Kong 64.
I was expecting to get blown away. I love Donkey Kong Country. I thought they were going to make the next version of Donkey Kong Country on the N64, and it was so not that.
There's awesome graphics in this game, but they're spread out. Like, it takes a long time to get to the really cool areas. It's a game of collecting stuff, so once you've collected all your bananas or weaponry, you're just walking through empty areas. I did like the multiplayer gaming in there. I thought the multiplayer is probably the most enjoyable part of it.
I didn't like that either. I mean, 2 monkeys, there's no map, so you have no idea where your other monkey is.
I don't have a problem with the fact that they're cartoon monkeys. I think you're probably sick of these little cartoon characters.
I didn't mind that as much as just the controls. I didn't like the controls in the multiplayer. What would you give this on a scale of 1 to 10 now?
8.5. Supposedly the biggest game of the year for Nintendo. I say go for Jet Force Gemini over this one.
Technically, it's a great game. Fun factor, way low. Bored the skulls out of me. Graphics weren't that great. Didn't like the controls. 5.5.
Wow.
Very average.
It's not average.
At best.
No way. It's not an average
Technically, it's better.
No way.
Hey, I play
totally
games.
Off base.
I play games because they're fun, not because they're technically great.
Of course, but I
didn't have fun playing this.
There is lots of fun
I didn't
in this
have
game.
fun playing
There's lots of fun in this game. It's just
maybe you found some, but I didn't.
There's long stretches in between the fun.
Yeah, it's long
stretches. That's my problem.
Right. No,
it deserves higher than 5.5.
It doesn't.
8.5. What did you think of Spyro 2?
This game surprised me. It's way better than the first one.
It is a lot better.
I don't like these games too much, but this one I love. The characters are great. The voiceovers are amazing. The graphics. I love the controls of this game. I'll tell you why. The camera angle kind of follows you.
It's a smart camera angle.
And any time you want to center the angle, you press the triangle button.
And it's surprising that the control is that good, because it's a 4-legged creature that you're maneuvering around. So it's almost like a little car.
You burn people. You collect gems.
There's swimming. Spyro can climb ladders. They gave him all kinds of new abilities. He can spit things at bad guys.
And it's very intuitive the way they've laid out the first couple of levels. I mean, you actually feel like you're getting somewhere, you're learning stuff.
You know what I like?
I love this game.
When you compare Spyro and Donkey Kong, I like the actual adventure world, like the outer world where all the levels.
Very colorful. The graphics are amazing.
But it's easy to navigate, and it's fun, and it's always throwing stuff at you. I give it a 9 out of 10. It's a great PlayStation game.
I give it a 9.3. I was surprised. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did, but boy, was this a fun game. It's totally recommend.
It's another hot title for the PlayStation.
Yeah.
They've really kicked butt this year on that system. Can we get out of here? How do you turn these on?
I don't know.
What does this do?
Can we get some help? Can we?
Well, first off, you need one of the keys. You have to leave a deposit of $35,000 to the sales department.
Oh.
$35,000?
Vic, can you cover me on that for a second?
How much is the jacket?
The jacket's a little less expensive.
Yeah?
Oh, okay.
Maybe
let's take.
Maybe we'll get the jacket.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Thank you. See you next week.
Hey, guess what? The show's over. The show's over. Try watching the Electric Playground next week.
I am officially the marketing weasel for EA Sports, working on.
Production assistance for Electric Playground is provided by Sony Computer Entertainment, publishers of Jet Moto 3 for the PlayStation. Activision, publishers of Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Now everyone thinks they can skate like Tony Hawk. And Computech Media, publishers of Insight Video Gaming, Insight PC Gaming, and InsightGames.com. This classic episode of the Electric Playground was brought to you by P&P Games, your source for everything video games. Support the partners that support the Electric Playground. Thanks for watching, and play forever.